All right, welcome back to another Real Deal series. On this episode of Real Deal, the address was 5539 Dorothy Drive. And if you went to San Diego State, you know this is a prime location. The location is amazing. So when I saw it hit the market, I did what I did best. Called the agent and worked my butt off to get it under escrow. And it was not an easy one. Everyone was going after this property. I forget the guy's name, but the agent had listed it, and there were some other big investors going for it. And I think it actually started off at a lower price, and it just got bid up over time. But that's okay because we believed in the asset. We loved the location. We knew what we could do with the property. This was a simple ADU conversion. In this deal, there was no backyard, okay? I can't build in the backyard. And why is that? Because it's on a slope. And so the scariest part of this deal was there was 30-foot pillars drilled like 30 feet into the ground so that it could hold this deck up. It's called the double decker. There's two decks, upstairs and ground floor level below the house. And so it was a little nerve-wracking because the previous owner wasn't sure what they had done to the property, and it was a little scary to buy it because what if this deck went falling down the canyon into Baja Court? And so it was a little scary of a deal, but we liked the deal enough to go after it. So what do? We bought it for $685,000. That's what we closed for. I believe it was a 30-day escrow. Nothing crazy. We got the deal closed. And the cool thing with this deal is someone else was going after it, okay, a big investor. And we used this little secret hack. It's called the escalation clause. And now in the escalation clause, it basically stated we, the investors, me and my partners, we would pay $25,000 more than any other offer. And so the pros and cons. The cons is if someone bid it to like $750, we'd be paying $770, and per contract we would be liable for that amount. Luckily we had other contingencies so we could back out if it didn't appraise or wasn't inspected. But anyway, someone must have bid around $665 or $660, and so our escalation clause stated we will pay $25,000 more. So he called me back and he said, hey, if you guys are willing to do $685, the seller will accept your offer. And so we got the deal. This was probably my fifth deal at the time. I was working as the agent. I don't know if I got paid a commission. I probably didn't. Maybe I did. I forget. And so we got the deal for $685,000. We closed the deal. The structure was this. Phi Alpha Partners, I'll just write PA, Partners, LLC. And so we had one partner who owned 50%, and then the other three partners chopped up that 50%. So one partner put up the money, he put the down payment. We didn't come in with anything. We were the know-how. And so I like this structure. Brandon Turner from Bigger Pockets, when he was at WealthCon, he said this is how he built tremendous wealth, okay? And that's by being the know-how, not coming in with any money, okay? Scaling your time and your efforts, and then having someone else put up the money and be a silent partner. This partner right here, this guy, he's silent. Doesn't really do much. He's in the deal. He got the down payment, which is good, right? We need money to do deals. But he's off, he's not even in San Diego. So he's just silent, okay? And he gets the loan. Very important, okay? That is his value add. He gets the loan on the property. Without him, we would have no deal, right? Well, we'd go bring it to another investor. But essentially, he gets the loans. He does the cash out refinance loans. So typically, a partner like this, you want someone who is W-2 or can get a loan, maybe a lawyer, doctor, someone who has steady income. So when it comes to getting the loan, it's very easy. And then on the other side, you have yourself, the operator, the guy doing the work, the guy managing the contracts, the contractors, getting the plans approved, jumping through hoops, managing the property, managing the tenants, all the headaches. This property, one thing I didn't like about this property is it's on a septic tank. And what that means is down below, all the waste goes down below because it sits lower than the street level. And so a septic tank pumps it up to the street level so it can get to the main line up here. And often if tenants put tampons or toilet or too much toilet paper, the septic tank gets backed up. So multiple times every year, this thing's causing issues. I didn't like that about this property. It was pretty annoying to have to deal with that multiple times per year. The neighbors over here are cleaning it out for me. I have pictures. I could pop those up somewhere on the screen so you can see. It was just not fun dealing with that. But anyways, this was the structure. That was the cost. Down payment was $70,000. On this deal, we used a second home mortgage, which somehow we got away with doing 10% down. And I think that's because Blake, or the investor, he already owned a property. And so this was his second home. It's got to be within like a certain miles away from his existing primary. And then so the loan was $615,000, and the ADU, we put in $140,000. And from there, the $140,000 was about $70,000 from investor A, who owned 50%, and then $70,000 from investors B, C, and D, my partner. So this is the smallest equity I've ever got in a deal. I think I own like 16 or 17%. To be honest, for all the work it entailed, I don't think it was worth it. Would I do that deal again? Probably not. But early on deal 5, I'm just happy to get into deals with no money. Because guess what? I'm building wealth on the backs of other people's money. And for me, that's smart. That's called OPM, other people's money. So we used his money and our knowledge to get in the equity in the deal. Okay, so I own 16% of the deal. I'm doing all the work. These two partners aren't really doing much. They're just kind of hanging out, guidance. They've done the deals before. I'm really doing all the work. So all the pressure's on me to get it done, right? And guess what? I get it done. I make these guys a lot of money. So the ADU, $140,000. Now, when it's all done, this gets appraised at let's see, $1.3 million. And the reason it got appraised at $1.3 million is there weren't many comps like it. It was one of the first of its kind. At the end of the day, it was 8 beds, 4 baths. And so the existing house was already a 6-bed, 3-bath. Okay, a 6-bed, 3-bath, 2,200 square feet, very big home. And what we did is we converted the garage, 400 square feet, to 2 beds, a kitchenette, because you need a kitchenette for it to be a legal bedroom, and a bathroom. So all in all, we get an 8-bed, 4-bath. And year 1, we're renting this thing out for like $8,500. Year 2, $9,400 or $9,500. And year 3, this year, starting this August, $10,500 per month on this deal. Okay, so you can see rents continue to grow. And the main thing with rent growth is as rents go up, your NOI, your net operating income increases, and that dictates the value on what this thing's worth. Okay, back to the appraisal on this. It was only appraised at, I'll put APP, that stands for appraisal, at around $1.3 million. So why was the appraisal so low on a deal like this where probably could sell it for 1.5, 1.6? The reason is there weren't many comps. So I want to teach you a lesson here. If you're new to the ADU game in your market and there aren't a lot of comps, the appraiser sometimes doesn't know how to appraise this because nothing is sold. It's so new, right? So this appraised for 1.3, and we got a loan of, call it 80% of that. So our loan was $1,050,000. So new loan of $1,050,000. 1,050,123. That's a lot of dough. Okay, so what do we do with that? With that money, we paid back our first loan right here, the $615,000. Okay, great. So now we had $425,000 left in the bank account, because when you get that cash out refinance, it's a tax-free event. It goes into your bank account, and once it's in your bank account, you do with it as you please. And so the $425,000, what do we do next? We pay back the investor his $70,000 down payment, right? He's got to give his money back first. Okay, so now we have $355,000 left in the bank account. What do we do next? Okay, we got to pay back the other 3 partners who built the ADU, and then also half of that was partner A's, half of that was partner B. So return investor capital is where I'm going with this. Okay, so we returned all the capital, and now we paid back construction. We're left with money. Maybe you had some points. Maybe you had $20,000 of points to lender fees. And so we had money to split, $195,000. And that just goes to us. So this is a infinite return, as I talk about. We have no money in the deal. It's a cash out refinance, tax-free event. And this is just the ultimate value add play. So If you're interested in doing deals like this in your market, in your backyard, wherever you live, you can be in Phoenix, Scottsdale, Miami, Austin, Cincinnati, Seattle, these dense towns, Los Angeles, right? You could do deals just like this. Buy a single family home, enter on sales comps, what the neighbor is selling for, and then turn it into a rental property. Identify someone who wants to buy a turnkey asset. Okay, who wouldn't want to buy a property that's pumping out 10,500, excuse my drawing, it's bad, but 10,500 per month. That is where it's at. Okay, and so we'd sell these turnkey ready. This one we haven't even sold. This one just still pumps out cash flow. Maybe the mortgage is $5,000 per month. You got $10,500 coming in per month, and then you have management. The cash flow is $4,000 to $5,000 easily per month to do nothing. It's stabilized. So I love deals like this. And if you want to learn how to do these, we offer a course. We'll link it down below, and it's the Backyard Billionaire ADU development course that teaches you how to do deals like this. And so we're building a community of architects and engineers and construction guys and people that we can pull together. We have a community that we share ideas. We have mentorships that you can hop on Zoom calls twice per week. We have one-on-one coaching. These are all 12-week programs. And then, of course, we have the course. So if you have any interest, click the link below. I want to show you how to do this so you can create wealth and financial freedom in 2023 and beyond.